Hey everyone, I'm Connor.
And I'm Erin.
And this is Cooking Casually. And today, what are we talking about?
Sexy salads!
That's right. Salads don't have to be boring. I think a lot of times when people think of salads, they think of just boring ass lettuce. They think of bunny food. And they think of something that doesn't really fill them up. Am I right about that?
Yeah, but you can just add protein. Protein's gonna make it a full meal.
You're gonna love salad. You're gonna see it in a new way. So stick around.
Sexy Morphin salad.
You start with your greens, you toss them in a bowl, and this is just kind of like removing a lot of the tediousness. You're gonna take your olive oil and your balsamic vinegar. I'm using like a really nice aged balsamic vinegar, and I'm pouring that directly into the salad. And then I'm also gonna take some salt, I'm gonna add that too. One thing I forgot to do at first when I made the salad was also add in some lemon juice and some crushed pepper. Juice the lemon, drop that in there, and then really get in there with your hands. Some people use those funny little tongs or a fork or a spatula. But if you're doing that, you aren't coating each leaf as evenly as possible. You might get a leaf that's really oily. Then you can take your fist full of lettuce, put it on a plate it up, and to that you can add these other goodies. So I'm chopping up some figs here too as well. I love these figs. And then you're going to throw that on there. I'm also using some sunflower seeds and some pepitas, some pumpkin seeds, pepitas, pumpkin seeds. I'm also putting in some mixed nuts that have been salted too as well, and then an avocado. And I love these little cherry tomatoes. They're from Wisconsin. Good on you, Wisconsin. And we're gonna drop a little bit of this flaky kosher salt over the top. And again, that salt is gonna kind of gelatinize things and bring out the flavor. It's also gonna bring out a little bit of water, but it's gonna really just like amplify the flavor in the avocado, in the cherry tomatoes, and of course in the rest of the salad. You might drizzle a little bit more vinegar over the top. You might put some cheese on top too as well for a little bit more acid and fat. But Erin and I are also going to put on a little side of protein. And in this case, that is walleye caught here in Minnesota. That is our state fish right there. And believe you me, it is delicious. So we're gonna fry this up in our trusty cast iron pan. We're gonna get that sucker heating up over medium-high heat. We're gonna melt some butter in there. Let it kind of sear on the bottom, let it get nice and brown before you flip it over. Give it a crack of pepper, put some salt on it too as well. Honestly, in an ideal world, I probably would have salted this like half an hour earlier, but that's okay. It's still gonna be great. Salt at any point is better than no salt, because again, salt really brings out flavor. So we're gonna salt that, we're gonna pepper it. You could add a squeeze of lemon juice at the end too, but once it's nice and browned and you feel like it's cooked enough, you can let it cool, and then you can toss that in with your salad. That's an excellent protein as well.
Look at that dish. How good is that?
Again, super easy, barely an inconvenience, and super delightful as well. Plus, nutritious AF.
Sexy Mediterranean salad.
Tell me a little bit more about this salad that you chose.
So this is sort of a Mediterranean twist on a salad. And we're adding quinoa to it because quinoa is going to give it that texture and make it a little bit different. So not all salads are just green-based, guys. All right, so we're going to start off with some tricolored quinoa. I like it because it's tricolored. And we're first going to rinse it off. It's very important to rinse off your quinoa, as we mentioned in our breakfast episode. Yeah, so we're just doing a 1-to-1 ratio with water and quinoa. You can actually use just vegetable broth when you're cooking quinoa, just for that extra flavor. Super optional. While that quinoa is cooking, we are gonna get started with chopping. So first I'm gonna get these beautiful cherry tomatoes. Look at how gorgeous they are, guys. And I'm gonna cut them into really tiny slivers. I like cutting everything super small in my salad because I like it when my fork has everything on it when I'm eating it. Once I've thrown the tomatoes in there, I'm gonna go ahead and chop up some green onions. So I'm gonna chop them also super finely into little circles. So I'm gonna slice the cucumber vertically into really thin strips, and then I'm gonna slice it perpendicularly the same way, line it up like little logs, and then make little tiny squares out of them. How cute. Okay, I'm gonna throw some arugula in here because I love how nutty arugula is. Don't you love that, Connor? It just
Peppery,
adds so
yeah.
much like zing and
Zing!
Zang. Okay, the first herb we're gonna use is parsley. And we're gonna just roll it up and chop it. We're gonna micro chop it.
Mince it.
Mince it, also known as mincing. Next, we're gonna take some basil and we're going to finely mince it as well. Throw that in there. Then, here's the key ingredient to the salad.
セクシーミント
Mint and salad? What the fudge? Tell me more.
Mint is gonna add like so much freshness to it. It's just not the same without it. So definitely don't skip this step. If you're gonna skip anything, don't skip this.
That's really true.
So I'm just pulling off the leaves from the stem here, and I'm just gonna roll it up and chop it super finely, just like before. Throw that in there. And I'm gonna get my hands in here and mix it all around because it is now time for the dressing. So into this cute little jar, I'm gonna put the juice of 1 lemon. Gonna make sure I squeeze the life out of this lemon because the salad needs it. And I'm gonna use a strainer and pour it in here. Then I'm gonna take some olive oil and just put some olive oil in there. Then I'm gonna get some garlic powder. This is optional, but it adds a little bit more flavor, and some red chili flakes for that zing zang. Salt and pepper, of course. Then we're gonna put honey. Honey's also very important for the sweetness. It just like balances the acidity, in my opinion. After we put some honey in there, we're also gonna put some Dijon mustard, and that's gonna give more of that zing zang. Salt, pepper, and then we're gonna give it a good shake. This is a good like arm workout if you're into it.
Yeah, it's like a cheap shake weight.
Yeah.
And you're also making dinner or lunch at the same time. So
And this is a great salad dressing recipe to have on hand. It lasts for 3 days in the fridge. You can also freeze it, which is a little weird, but you can do it. So I'm gonna dress the salad up, and then I'm gonna throw in some feta cheese. This feta is like a Mediterranean style feta. It has some herbs in it as well, super optional as well. So I'm gonna again use my grubby paws to get in here and mix it all up.
feast to the eyes, feast to the senses. Good veg in there. Quinoa is so good for you. Such a healthy grain. It's fantastic.
Sexy caprese salad
The next dish that we're going to make is a caprese, which is a salad of a different variety. This is probably honestly one of the easiest ones to make, but it's just like loaded with just some really intensely flavorful foods that come together so nicely. So you're gonna start by taking a big tomato. You can use a serrated knife to chop through these bad boys. That works a little bit better for tough skinned things like tomatoes. You can use a bread knife, of course. I'm using this little paring knife that is serrated. Anyways, that's of a lesser importance. Chop this boy up, and then you're going to take a big ball of mozzarella. Next, you're gonna chop that up, same thing. You're gonna make medallions out of it. You can add that to the plate. And then finally, you're going to take some basil. You can either just place the leaves intermittently throughout the salad, or you can do what I do, which is you stack the leaves, you roll them up, kind of like a cigar or a joint or whatever, cigarette, you know. Anyways, and then you can chop through it like this and then sprinkle that over the top. Now the next thing that you have to sprinkle over the top is organic olive oil and balsamic vinegar. And again, I have this really nice balsamic vinegar that's just like so wonderful because it's aged quite a bit. And so it's just kind of syrupy and sweet. Add those things, drizzle them over the top, a little bit of salt over the top too, as well, crack a pepper. And that's pretty much it. That's a caprese salad. Again, all of these things work really well together because they each bring some of those basic elements of cooking, pretty darn healthy too.
Bonus dessert salad with a side helping of sexy
And the final salad is a bonus. It is a dessert special, and it reminds me of my childhood because this is the salad that my mom used to make for me when I just wanted a little snack because it's healthy and it's a little sweet. And it's super easy to make. You just need a grater and 4 ingredients: carrots, apples, honey, and lemon juice. So we're gonna start by peeling the apples, and you can obviously just use a peeler. Then I'm gonna cut it to get rid of the core. We can compost that. And we're gonna start grating it. The grater that we have is super fine, and I would actually use one that's just maybe twice as big as this one for optimal results. This is gonna be a little bit more mushy than we want it to, but that's okay. And we're just gonna grate 2 apples for this, and about 2 large carrots. So next we're gonna chop off the end of the carrot and grate.
So once you grate the carrots and the apples,
We're gonna juice the lemon in here, and again we're gonna use the strainer to make sure that no seeds get in here. Make sure you really juice this lemon because we need it. We need that acid. Then last but not least, we've got the honey, and I'm probably using about 2-3 tablespoons, give or take. Because you want this to be sweet. This is more of a snack, but we are considering it a salad. And then we're gonna give it a try. So Connor, what do you think?
I think it's phenomenal. This is my first time trying this type of a salad, and I like it. I mean, you can see for yourself. That's the show. 4 delicious salads that kind of break the mold on salad. We'll see you next time.
Stay sexy.
How do we look? Fine as hell?
Sexy as in our salads.
That's right.
Where the fuck is your apron? We love herbs. Herbs have micro, macro, micronutrients. Could you please mute
Silence your phone.
your phone?
Yeah, while you're watching this
You
video.
watching this
Unless
too.
you're watching it on your phone.
Well, you can still silence it.